What is up, guys? It's 6:30 in the morning. Just hit the shop to pick up my dolly, and we are going to be heading down after work today to pick up a free marketplace listing. It's listed as free, clean title. She's a little sorry on the eyes, but supposedly good engine, good transmission. So honestly, it definitely sounds too good to be true. The story is that this guy lives in a HOA and they just need this thing gone. So we're gonna see what this shapes up to be. I'm super excited. Definitely we got some stuff we can do with this thing if it turns out what I think it is. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. But later on, we're going to be heading down to get a free Facebook Marketplace find. So keep you guys updated. Currently in Cummins, 3500 with the tiny little car dolly on the back. We really need a car trailer, boys. So make sure you subscribe so we can get a car trailer and pick up more junk. This is my free Nissan 350Z. Let's check it out.
Slap. Slap. Slap.
Alright guys, so as you can see, she's a little worse for wear. I've seen this come up on Marketplace and I couldn't pass up the deal. Like I said, it's a 2003 Nissan 350Z. This is the touring model. And she's a little rough and she's got a weird story. I'm still trying to figure out exactly why this car got parked. The story is that the reverse lights, no matter how hard they try, would not work. Previous owner was over it and just started robbing parts off this thing. So we're missing, I'd say a lot, but the engine's in here, the trans is in here, the diff's in here, the axles are in here. Really the big stuff, there's a lot of interior missing. And I noticed what I've found on the engine so far is the coil packs are missing, most of them at least. The intake, which usually wouldn't be too big a deal, but this is a MAF car, so definitely gonna need that to try and fire it up. I also noticed the issue with the fuel pressure system, the pressure side of the fuel system. Battery, obviously, things like that. But kind of meat and potato wise, we're here. Radiator lines are unhooked, and the AC condenser's in there. So I don't know, I really feel like this car looks a lot worse than it actually is. So really it all boils down to, does this thing start? So that's what we're gonna be working on today. Gonna be trying to just hook everything we can up. I got some parts, and try not to spend too much money on kind of diagnosing this engine, but I'd love to throw some coils in it. I think the ECU's like in the passenger seat, so it's a lot of like stuff like that. And we're just gonna try and get everything plugged in, throw a battery in this thing and see if she starts. I'm ready to go ahead. I did kind of air some of this off. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull these plugs because there's a lot of water down in the spark plug holes since it's been sitting with no hood. And so I want to check these plugs because obviously don't want to have a stupid little issue ruin our day. So I'll pull the plugs. All right, boys, I got these plugs going. I've cleaned two so far. They all look pretty much like this. It just got a lot of, this one's probably the worst one I've seen. Just got a lot of schmutz sitting on top of the plug. Down in the cylinders, seems decent enough. It's hard to tell because as I unthread this, we're gonna get all that schmutz. I did blow out what I could before, but it's a free 350Z, boys. Just fine. Let me show you what I got for the intake here. So I got this MAF from Pick Apart off of G35. same year, so hopefully that doesn't bite us. And we'll get that somewhere in there. And we need to connect up to that. So I fired up the 3D printer with some ASA. And hopefully, I did this the same size as a 2.5-inch pipe. So a little there, we'll go in the scrap pile. Hopefully find 2 couplers. And she will be sucking. Oh, I feel like it was kind of working. Let that dry. Or cool. Alright, come on, baby. No shot, boys. Let's go. Alright, so we got the coils all swapped in there. I had a bit of drama with the one and got that sorted out. I'm swapping out this fuel pressure regulator mount, I guess you call it. They snapped it off in there. Probably could try and get that out with some pliers from the bottom or something, but I snagged one at the junkyard easy enough. So we'll go ahead and get the regulator swapped over to this new one, get that in the car, and let's see, we'll have fuel, spark, and then we just gotta fab up an intake. So we're getting close. Made this intake, got us some spare stuff I lying around. Got our MAF hooked up so it can register the air flow and calculate for our fueling. Got the new little part for the regulator put on, new coils, pulled the same plugs, cleaned them. And we got a battery in here. I also installed the ECU on the passenger floorboard. And I don't know, boys. I think there's nothing left to do but to turn the key and see what happens. So, okay. Don't hear the fuel pump priming. All right. Well, I figured out that is the power distribution module, or at least I'm guessing it is, because I got more power stuff going on once I hook that up. So now if I turn the key on, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that on camera. Hopefully you can, it's very loud. Sounds like R2-D2 is dying in the back. So either our fuel pump shot or it just ain't got no gas in it. So, all right, I only put a few gallons in just in case there's some crazy fuel leak going on. We don't exactly know why it's empty. Really gotta fix this dang door handle. Let's see if our pump sounds better. Does not sound better, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I was worried about. God damn it. Not good, boys. Not good. Damaged the gas tank. So I got another one on order. It's probably going to be at least a week before it shows up, unfortunately. So we're kind of dead in the water there. It's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. So I don't want to try starting it just because it's leaking a lot of gas. It still smells like gas in here. It's been 24 hours. So we're kind of stuck on that. So we're going to try and keep rolling on some other things. I think today I want to try and peel some of this wrap off. You can see it's obviously worse for wear. I'm also kind of just curious what's underneath. So we'll get the heat gun out, I think, and try and get some of this wrap off. And then I also want to get a lot of this interior back together. tank out. Got the exhaust off. Actually found a sweet find. So this is actually titanium. This is a Tomei exhaust. I'm missing the muffler part of it, but look that up online. It is a very sweet piece. The thing's going for around $2,000 with all the pipes and everything up front. So anyways, we got all that dropped out. Got the drive shaft out. Just marked it. And now we're just dropping more stuff. I got to finish doing the emergency brakes lines here, which just kind of pop out of these tabs. And then I think if I release the brake, I can pop it out the front and just leave these cables dangling. One bolt there under the subframe, and then got to do the calipers so that way I can try and avoid bleeding the brakes. So we'll pop the 2 caliper bolts and just kind of hang those up somewhere. Got a plug for the rear diff because this does have the VLSD, so that should be good. And then I think the rest of it is just a bunch of bolts. So have had to deal with a little bit of rust, even though it doesn't look too bad. These ones on this is called a kidney bracket, I believe. That's what everyone keeps calling this thing online. Did shear a few of the bolts holding the there's some plastic covers, and there's the W brace up there, which I had to cut some of the bolts off the front in order to get that out. So yeah, slowly getting there. I think after we get the emergency brakes and the brake lines, this whole thing should drop out. So let's get to it. All right, well, I got the new tank in. The old tank actually wasn't leaking. It was just the top hat was all undone. There was like one bolt in there. It was just hanging in there. And so yeah, that'll do it every time. All the lines on this thing were shot anyways, so I went ahead and just swapped it. I already went that far, and the new one had the lines, but you can see cracks there. This one's cracked on the bottom, and it's just overall nasty. So we got the new tank in. Couldn't get the fuel pump to turn on. Ended up being a issue with the main relay. Just leaking coolant everywhere. This was swapped upside down, so I did that. I filled all these blank fuses in with some parts out the Chevy outside, and I hear the fuel pump clicking. So let's give this a try here. I think she's ready to start. Here, pump going. Oh, yes. Oh, pressure's good. Voltage is good. I don't have a cooling system right now, so we won't let it run too long. I have the MAF still undone. We got some stuff to hook up, but she's a runner. Hells yeah. She's a runner.